All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 41 of the NordCast. I am not your normal host, Nordic97. I am Carter. Nordic is not here at the moment. We can go over that in a bit, but I'm here joined with my co-host, Jack. Jack, how's it going today?
Going good. How about you?
It's going pretty well. So, we're going to address the elephant in the room. Nordic was having some technical difficulties, and so we decided that we're just going to try and record without him because the rest of this week is busy for us. This was really the only day we could record, so it kind of sucks that he can't be here. But we're going to do our best, and we're going to see how this goes. So, I guess we'll just jump right into it here, starting it off with the news of Patrick Kane. Patty Kane has signed in Detroit, reuniting himself with his former teammate, Alex DeBrincat. He signed a one-year, $2.75 million contract, and it is all salary. Jack, what are your thoughts on this?
I know. I was saying this earlier when we tried recording earlier, but but a lot of Blackhawks fans that are, the older generation, like 20s, 30s, a little older than me, they're upset about it because Hawks and Red Wings had that big rivalry in the early 2010s when they were both very competitive teams, and those head-to-head matchups, especially in the playoffs, would be pretty intense, pretty violent actually. So between the fans and the players, I mean, those got pretty crazy. I think I like it a lot more than they do, just because everybody knows I'm a DeBrincat fan, and obviously I'm a Kane fan because who isn't? That's a Blackhawks fan at least. It's nice to see them back together, and I know him and Panarin, it sort of worked out. I know they didn't really play that much together. I don't know what that was all about, but I think him and DeBrincat had a little more chemistry overall than what Kane and Panarin had, so I think it'll be nice to see them reunite on an actually competitive team.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there. The $2.75 million, that's all in salary too, so it's no bonuses. A lot of the times you see with most of these guys signing, at least now, a lot of it's bonuses to help with this whole salary cap thing, but it's only for 1 year, so it's not like they're losing out on a lot here. But I definitely do like this move for Detroit. You get a very, kind of medium risk contract, at least for a ton of potential reward. Like you could get an 82 pace Patrick Kane for under $3 million, which is an absolute steal, and you're pairing him with one of the more electric players on that team in Alex DeBrincat. And last time these two were on a team, like DeBrincat wasn't as developed as he is now. I think he's a way better player than he was in Chicago. So I think that your Patrick Kane, he's obviously declined a bit since the Chicago days, but I think you're still going to get the best out of him in Detroit. So, yeah. Any last thoughts on the Patrick Kane deal?
I agree. I think DeBrincat's definitely improved. I think he's up there in the goals leaderboard. I know he was leading for a while. Kane obviously declined, but DeBrincat has definitely increased his skill level. But I think Kane is still a very productive offensive player.
Yeah,
especially after the surgery. Surgery helped him a lot.
Yeah, no, you definitely hit that right on the head there. So I don't think we really have much else to talk about with Patty Kane there. So we're gonna move with another piece of news that broke, I think, 2 days ago. The Minnesota Wild have fired, I think, their head coach and one of their assistant coaches as well. They are on a bad losing streak. I think it was up to 7 games at that point, and most of the guys on that team were not happy, especially Patrick Maroon, who voiced his opinion out there. He was not happy with the effort that everyone was given in it. He just said it didn't seem like guys care that much. So something had to change in that locker room, and came down to the coach. Kind of the same thing that happened in Edmonton. You all look at what you have, and if they feel like they can still turn this season around, They're going to get rid of the coach. So, Jack, what do you kind of think on this move here for the Minnesota Wild? Do you think it was the right one, or should they have looked to move a few key pieces?
Yeah, I think it's the right move. It's not only the 7-game losing streak, it's just the way they've been playing the whole year pretty much. Just not looking like a competitive team in which they should be. And any time you have a roster like that and they're not producing the way that they should be, like really not even close, I think it's definitely going to be a coaching thing. And a lot of times, and like I'm going to compare to the NBA here, but like your star players like kind of check out on the coach, and I can see that with my Chicago Bulls right now. Zach LaVine, for example, he's just absolutely checked out on Billy Donovan, who's the Bulls head coach, and it shows in his effort on the court. So I think a coaching change can kind of like light a fire under their asses and kind of get them amped up a little bit. So I think this is good for any talented team in any sport pretty much. It's good for a talented team who needs a spark, and I think that can send a message and get the guys amped up.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that this Wild team has too much potential to just be this, kind of shaky, right? They're seventh in their division, 6 wins, 10 losses, 4 losses in overtime for 16 points. Like this is a team that's just got too much potential to be this off, right? Like Matt Zuccarello, their leading point scorer with 22 and 20, Joel Eriksson with 18 through 20, and Kirill Kaprizov with 18 through 20 as well. Kirill has not seemed like himself, I'd say.
No, not at all.
He has not been as dominant as he usually is, and I don't know if this does come down to obviously the coach or the structure that they're playing in, but I don't know. I think that they really got to start relying on their star players here, because I think once you get your star players going, I think that's what brings the rest of the team up. So I think that they really just have to get their star players to start buzzing again, and I think they might have a recipe for success. As well with that, they got to start finding some goaltending here. Their goaltending has not been very good. Philip Gustafsson was supposed to be their guy, supposed to be their piece to their young cornerstone goaltender, and he has not picked up where he left off last season. He's gotten off to a slow start, currently at a 3.68 goals against average with an 8.66 save percentage. That's just not what you want to see. He has been off to a rocky start, to say the least, and it's not something you want to see out of the Minnesota Wild, especially when your star players aren't performing as they usually are. So I don't know, Jack. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, like I was gonna go back to what Patty Maroon said. Just the guys aren't putting in the effort. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think that's just his personal opinion. I don't really see that in the NHL that often, unless you're like Patrick Laine on the Jets, just stuff like that. So
that is all right. Well, taking a shot at Winnipeg and Patrick Laine.
That's a good transition into the Laine struggles.
That is a great transition, because the next topic we had was Patrick Laine and Johnny Gaudreau. What is happening with those two guys? This is a touchy subject for me, because I am a huge Patty Laine fan. I love him. Love this guy to death.
Great Fortnite player.
Amazing Fortnite player. I'd watch his streams all the time, man. Like, but anyways, yeah, they both have been benched multiple times already this season. Things are not looking good for the Columbus Blue Jackets when your two superstars, I'll put in quotations, because Johnny Gaudreau on the Flames was a surefire superstar. Not right now. Patrick Laine was supposed to be a superstar, and he's not. I feel like Patrick Laine is a superstar, a star, and mediocre all at the same time. I don't think you ever get a consistent performance out of Patrick Laine, but yeah, both those guys have been benched here for lack of effort, and I think it's shown in their play a lot. So Jack, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think this thing that stood out to me was Line said he was like embarrassed, and I think that's kind of good, because Line's been known to, when he wants his way, he stops trying, and I think it was good to see him say like he was embarrassed. It's the worst thing that's ever happened to him in his career, and he goes back out there and he starts trying again. He acts like he cares, and I think that would be a concern for a lot of people if Line is, kind of going through this stuff. But Goudreau's fine, and especially for a rebuilding team like this who has a ton of draft stock, and Adam Fantilli, and just all the young guys on that team, Cole Sillinger, for example. I think it's good to see Pascal Vincent, kind of send a message to, say like, this is what this team's going to be about. This is what our locker room's going to be about. Everyone's going to go 110% every game, every practice. And even your two best players, Line and Goudreau, even if they're like half-assing it, they'll be put on the bench. And I think it's a great message to the whole team, especially a young team like that.
Yeah, 100%. I think that he had to send a message, and I think that's the message that he sent. So, yeah, I don't know. There's not a whole heck of a lot else to say there.
No.
Yeah, I think we'll move on from that one. One other topic I'd like to bring in before I go into a few more serious topics around the NHL. 2 nights ago, or maybe it was 3 nights ago, but recently, 157 penalty minutes between the Ottawa Senators and the Florida Panthers combined. Game included 13 misconducts. If you like fights, that was the game to be at. That was the game to watch.
Yeah,
that was just entertaining.
The highlight of the game was the ref going everybody on the ice, 10-minute misconduct. That is
definitely a great one. If Nordic listens to this, Nordic put that clip in. I'll send it to the chat. But
yeah,
that is that is something that you don't see too often.
It's just an average Ottawa Senators game, bro.
Yeah, I feel like it's between the Tkachuk brothers, so I feel like
always
you had to know that something like this was gonna come. I feel like every team would play with the edge, like, hey. Like, we're going against my brother. Like, if you see him out there, I don't care. Take his head off. Like, I want to win.
We need to see a fight between them two. I don't think they do it, but
I don't think they ever would. But that would be something special. I think that would be the most watched hockey fight of all time. A fight between the Tkachuk brothers. I feel like we might not see that happen, but you never know. These two teams face off in the playoffs. Playoffs brings a whole different element. You got no friends, no family out there, so
no family.
that would definitely be a sight to see for sure. So
yeah,
I just felt like I'd bring that up, give us a little bit of a chuckle here, because you don't see that too often.
No.
So, anyways, heading into a few more serious topics here. Milan Lucic. He has had to take a step away from the team after he was arrested for a domestic dispute. His wife reportedly called 911 and said that he allegedly attacked her and choked her, and apparently the officers said that he appeared intoxicated. So not something that we want to happen to a guy like Milan Lucic. Because I feel like we know who he is on the ice, but I feel like everyone knows that Milan Lucic is a great person. Like any time that like the Bruins were talking about him, like everyone speaks highly of Milan Lucic just as a character. But it's not fun to hear.
Yeah, it just sucks because I feel like we hear about like stuff like this a lot in sports, and definitely it needs to stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how he was doing on the Bruins this year, but yeah, as you said, fan favorite. So yeah, just sucks.
Yeah. Brad Marchand said that he was definitely worried about Britt and the kids and Lucic himself, but they have all the support in the world. Anything they need, we're going to be here for them. So, wise words from the Bruins captain there, who
That's good.
cares about his teammates, but also cares about their families as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like that's kind of it on Milan Lucic. There's not a whole heck of a lot to say, but this does definitely suck. Now we head into the Chicago Blackhawks news. Corey Perry, contract terminated out of the blue.
Yeah, he gone.
What happened in Chicago?
Well, everybody knows about the rumors. The rumors are not true, says Kyle Davidson. I have no idea what happened. Nobody has any idea what happened besides the Blackhawks players and staff. Apparently something happened with him and a staff member. And obviously it's very bad if his contract's being terminated, and I don't even think he cleared waivers. So
yeah,
I don't know if any
they fully terminated it.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody's going to want him after this. This could be career-ending stuff for Corey Perry out of nowhere. 2 days before, he's signing autographs for kids after practice before all this comes out. It's just crazy.
Because I feel like everyone knows the rumor, so I might as well just say it, how he slept with Connor Bedard's mom.
Yeah.
If this is true...
That's a terrible look on everybody.
That is the worst hazing you can do to a rookie ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, he's got to take him like Dave and Buster's after that or something like that.
Oh my
he's gotta
god. That is
a little night out.
That is just absolute. It's just wild.
The mom's trip happened like 3 weeks ago too. So.
Yeah, the mom's trip was recently too. So like, events are lining up here, and
they are, unfortunately.
I know. Like that's what's hard. I feel like if there was no mom's trip, this would not be talked about as much. Like,
yeah, probably.
It'd be like, okay, well, most likely it's a staff member or someone on the team, but with the rumors and then the mom's trip, like, I don't even know what to say, man.
Stuff like that doesn't come out of the blue. That is like next level insane, and I feel like somebody just can't say that and just start a rumor. I think there has to be something behind that. You know, that's just
100%.
Comes out of the blue like that. It's just crazy.
Because here's the thing. I feel like if it did involve a staff member, they'd take a leave of absence for a bit, and then like a week later you'd get contract termination, or they're back and all men's are good. But like that was just found out, contract gone.
Yeah.
So this has to be something big. As much as I want to speculate on this, I don't know what it is. And every part of me is like, if this actually is true about him and Connor Bedard's mom, this is wild. But I also don't want it to be because like this is an 18-year-old kid who clearly looked up to Corey Perry this year as a veteran presence.
Yeah. And
oh my god, there's so much we could say on this, but things are this has been a wild week.
Like 13 points in 19 or 20 games, and he was a solid player this year.
Yeah, Corey Perry was actually putting up like half decent numbers for being, because how old is Corey Perry? Like he's not old, but he's not like. Let's see. Do they still have? Okay, yeah, the score doesn't even have him on the team anymore, so I can't even check. But
yeah, I mean he's aged.
He was still putting up decent numbers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean that's kind of wild. Corey Perry, contract termination for stuff that will not be revealed to us.
We'll find out eventually.
Oh, 100%. We will definitely find out eventually. All right, well, there's not much else to really talk about. I am gonna ask one question here for Jack, and then do you want to do your guess a player?
Yeah.
Just do it. I don't know if we'll count this against the. If I win, it'll go on the record. If I lose, then
Sure. Whatever.
all right. I got one question for you.
Yeah.
Who is your Norris front runner right now? Do you have
My
Cale
Norris-
McCarr or Quinn Hughes? Like right now, if you were to stop it right now, who would you give the Norris to? Cale McCarr or Quinn Hughes?
Right now, I would say Quinn Hughes. How about you?
I'm the same way. I'd give it to Quinn Hughes.
I think majority of people would say Hughes.
Yeah, I feel like because I was listening to Spit and Chicklets the other day, and they were talking about who would you they were like who would you rather have, Quinn Hughes or Cale McCarr? And I feel like the obvious answer is most GMs would take Cale McCarr.
Yeah, I would too.
But if your second guy was Quinn Hughes, I don't think you'd be too mad.
No.
And then I feel like the Norris is like it's 50-50 right now.
Yeah.
But I would love to give it to Quinn Hughes just because I feel like he's a little bit more of a defensive presence. Like he's not big on the body as Cale McCarr is, obviously, but just his stick work, man. Like you can't. It's hard to teach that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
And I don't know. Maybe people are a little biased just because McCarr's in it every year, and Hughes is kind of new to
He's
this.
more proven.
He's always been good, but he's never been this good. So
Yeah.
I think a little bit of bias there, just based on recent years. But I mean, I would go Hughes either way, and I think a lot of people would. So.
Yeah. All right. I definitely agree with you there. All right, Jack. It's time. Guess a player. No Nordic. No holding me back today.
Let's do it.
So, as you guys know, Jack says a player. We got 6 questions. Well, not we. It's me. Just me today. So I got 6 questions to try and guess Jack's player. If I get it right, I win. If I don't, I lose. Pretty straightforward. I got 6 questions and then a final guess. So let's go. Jack, is your player in the Western Conference?
No.
Okay, so we're going east. Is your player in the Atlantic Division?
Yes.
Okay. Is your player on a Canadian team?
Yes.
Okay. So we got Montreal,
Ooh, fine.
Toronto, and Ottawa. Okay. Is your player play for a team in Ontario?
I don't know Canadian map. Hang
So
on.
that'd be Toronto and Ottawa.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, so it's Toronto or Ottawa. Okay. Wait, do I get 2 final guesses because Nordic isn't here?
Sure.
Yes! Okay. Jack. Is your player on Toronto?
No, sir.
Okay, so Ottawa. Ottawa players. What are we looking at here? Let's go. Was your player drafted by the Ottawa Senators?
Yes.
Okay, so he was drafted by them.
Haven't heard that question.
Yeah, I feel like, they're somewhat of a young team, so they have like a good enough amount, so if I get it right or wrong, it doesn't really matter. Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Oh.
How many more
If
questions?
I get this wrong, I get the position, so it's not a goalie because none of their goalies are drafted. I don't think you'd go Stutzel because I feel like he's too popular. Matthew Joseph wasn't there. Claude Giroux wasn't there. Brady Tkachuk, I feel like that's also obvious. But the way you bat it... Oh. Alright, I'm going to go for someone who's a little bit not as named. I'm going to go Josh Norris.
No.
Oof. Position? Is he a forward?
Defense.
Whoa, okay. So wait, who's their defenseman? Okay, no. Oh, wait. Is okay? Could be him.
Oh.
I feel like I have it.
All right, bring it.
I think I got it.
I
Oh, it
think
could
you
be
have it
this
too.
guy too. No, you
I
wouldn't
think
get
you
him.
have it. I think you
I
got
think
it.
I have it. Is it Jake Sanderson?
Oh, nope, nope, nope.
No,
Artem Zub, or Zub, however you say it.
no way, dude!
Oh man, I thought you had that for
It wasn't
sure.
showing him as drafted by them.
Oh really?
No, well, he might have been, but on the score, it like for all the other guys, it didn't show him as drafted by them.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I guess well, he might not have been drafted actually,
oh undrafted.
because
Well, his
was in the
first he hasn't
KHL
played for
till the
anybody else.
2020 season.
He has. I know he hasn't played for anybody else.
No, he definitely hasn't, but I just don't know if he was ever drafted.
Yeah, I, mean, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Late round maybe.
Earnings you draft. Yeah, he was undrafted.
Jeez, and he's a good player.
So a pretty solid pickup for being undrafted. So technically Jack cheated, so that's a win for me. Um,
uh,
pretty good at this without Nordic, but I mean,
wow,
hey, I did set myself up pretty nicely with that drafted question. I feel like that's a question
you
I'll
did.
probably implement more.
Yeah, I mean, I would do it.
Yeah, definitely a good question. All right, well, Jack, do you have any final thoughts? Anything you want to say about your Chicago Blackhawks, Iowa Hawkeyes? Anything you want to plug? Chicago Bulls, go nuts.
Let's go
This
Hawks,
is
big
our
game
podcast.
Saturday.
Nordic can't censor us right now.
Let's go Hawks, big game Saturday, baby.
Hawks?
Big Ten championship, Hawkeyes.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Go Hawkeyes, man.
Yes, sir.
I don't have anything else to say other than Sko Ducks, fly Eagles fly. All right, well,
Niners, big week, Niners.
oh yeah, big week. All right, well, I don't think we have anything else to say. Thank you guys so much for listening. Hopefully, me and Jack did a good job without Nordic here. Maybe we'll do more me and Jack episodes in the future. We'll kick Nordic out. But anyways, hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and yeah, take care.
Peace.